Happy Monday. So I decided to start doing strides again. And the reason why is because what my belief is this. You have to outwork your bad habits. And I got some bad habits. You know, everyone has bad habits. And the bad habit that I have is eating after my food window ends. But the thing about it is you just up the cardio. You know, it's not really any, you know, like crazy, like rocket science or anything to it. You know, if you have bad habits, you know, you don't have to necessarily stick with intermittent fasting. You know, don't get me wrong, I still want to, you know, on the days where I go later and I eat, I will compensate for it with the time that I start to eat the next day. But sometimes that just doesn't work out because maybe you know, like today, I'll run and then I'll do my leg workout. And then, you know, sometimes that appetite is just screaming and you have to, you know, break that feeding window. And I just believe that you have to be ready at all times to make drastic changes when you're looking for consistent results. If you're okay with spinning your wheels, then hey, it is what it is. But in all reality, you know, you don't have to spin your wheels. There's plenty of tools out there for all of us to take advantage of that can keep us, you know, in a deficit without having to necessarily starve ourselves. You know, for me, it's strides. I know they work. You know, yes, I like to walk. It's great, but it just doesn't burn as many calories over the course of, you know, the recovery process. And that's what I don't like about it. Now, as I've said before in the past, you cannot progressively overload it. You know, and that's one thing that I have to watch because I love to run and I can run, you know, I'm a decent runner. So it's easy for me to progressively overload my running because my cardio is pretty good. So when I start to run, it's very easy for me to start doing more volume. And that's the thing that you have to watch, especially if you're trying to lift on your legs like I am 3 days a week. What I've decided is I'm just going to do the cardio on the days that I lift. And the reason why is because then I can commit to the next day after, you know, resting. And that's something that I've been thinking about doing for a while. But the thing about it is, you know, and I'll be honest with you, is, you know, endomorphs really don't need to be resting so much because, you know, we recover pretty quickly. Now, obviously, I'm getting older and different things like that, but I've always felt like I could do like 4 days on and 1 day off. But over the long haul, especially if you're in a calorie deficit, you'll start to feel burnt out. And, you know, not that I'm afraid of burnout. You know, when I would go hard and then I would, you know, feel burnt out and I took those 3-4 days off, you know, to deload, I will feel fine after the 3-4 days off. You know, but the thing is I don't like taking 3-4 days off in a row. And I also don't like seeing that weight gain. And also the thing about it, when you take that many days off in a row, then all of a sudden you have to change like your eating patterns and the volume of food that you're eating. Well, you know, I'm like everybody else. I like to eat. You know, I like to have, you know, I don't like to feel deprived. So every time you're taking, you know, days off, you basically are saying how I'm going to have to deprive myself for the next several days because, you know, I'm not training enough to support the foods that I eat on a regular basis and the foods that I like to eat on a regular basis to feel satiated. So, you know, that's the reason why I'm always talking about you have to learn your body, folks. You know, because see, I know all this stuff because I've experienced all this stuff. I've gone through the spinning my wheels, going nuts, being frustrated. You know, I've gone through all that, writing everything down. And that's pretty much what you just have to do, man. You know, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm back on cardio. I'm at it in. I'm going to do it every day that I lift. And I'm just going to do the best that I can to either totally rest or actively rest, or figure out just some kind of way that I can get my calories down on those days, you know, and just, you know, commit to resting you know, 3 days a week and just train hard 3 days a week. The only thing that, you know, pretty much makes it difficult for me is that I want to ride. And I want to ride a minimum of 2 days a week. So, you know, trying to do cardio and lift and then ride twice a week, you know, minimum that's 5 days working out, 2 days off. And I mean, maybe that's just what I need to do. You know, strategically look at, you know, what the 2 days are that I need to, you know, totally take off and just, you know, have like a full 100%, you know, refeed and deload day 2 times a week, and, you know, just see how the results, you know, continue to pour in. But I do believe that 3 days a week of cardio will burn, you know, upwards of, you know, probably, you know, 7,000 calories, or get me in the realm of a 7,000 calorie deficit, you know, easily, which is that 2 pounds a week. So that's all I'm really worried about. And it'll get my cardio back up. It'll make me feel more athletic. I think that it will do more for me as far as riding is concerned. When I had the best riding skills that I feel like I've had, you know, as far as like board control, different things like that, not skill wise, but, you know, just more comfort and more athleticism on the board. I was obviously at a lighter weight than I'm at right now, and I was doing a lot of strides. So maybe that was helping my cardio, or my cardio was helping, you know, like keep my focus instead of like getting burnt out and feeling like I could, you know, and fatigued and feeling like I couldn't really control the board. Well, I don't know. You know, I'm just I'm a rookie in the game, you know. So, you know, I gotta, you know, ride more to be able to figure all those things out. But that's what it is: cardio and lifting 3 days a week, remaining in a deficit. I feel like the cut's going well. I just don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to jinx myself, because just like everybody else, I have ups and downs, and I'm just trying to keep everything nice and balanced right now. Happy Monday.